Welcome to Jupiter Academy channel. Let us see in today's class one problem asked in NEET 2017 from the chapter Motion in a Straight Line. Let us read the problem. Preeti reached the metro station and found that the escalator was not working. She walked up the stationary escalator in time t1. On other days, if she remains stationary on the moving escalator, then the escalator takes her up in time t2. The time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator will be, they are given separately, that is, I hope so you understood the question. When the escalator was not working, she tried to walk on the stationary escalator and she has taken the time t1. And when the escalator is under working condition, it took time t2. So that the time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator, they asked. The options given are t1 plus t2 by 2, t1 t2 divided by t2 minus t1, and option C t1 t2 divided by t2 plus t1, and option D t1 minus t2. So in order to solve the problem, let us go to the known formula. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. So now we know that when the escalator was not working, she took a walk and for her the time taken is t1. When the escalator was working, the time taken for her is t2. So that now let us assume h is the height of the escalator. So that is the displacement covered by her. So that v1 is the velocity of the escalator, velocity of Preeti when the escalator was not working. So that let us say v1 equal to h by t1. t1 is the time taken by her. And when the escalator was working, let us assume the velocity as v2. So v2 is equal to h by t2. So now we are asked to calculate the time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator. So that the time taken for her will be, in this case t1, in this case t2. So the total time will be t1 plus t2. So now in order to find out what is that t1 plus t2, in terms of that, let us consider here, we'll get v1 equal to h by t1, v2 equal to h by t2. So that t1 is equal to h by v1 and t2 is equal to h by v2. So from this formula we know time equal to displacement by velocity. So we want to calculate time. So time is equal to velocity, displacement divided by velocity. So t is equal to, displacement is h and velocity v1 plus v2, h by v1 plus v2. So now we can substitute for v1 and v2. So that now the next step will be t is equal to h divided by, v1 is h by t1 and this is h by t2. Or we can do it in another way, that is just you take 1 by t from this formula, 1 by t equal to v1 plus v2 divided by h, v1 plus v2 divided by h. So this being common denominator, we can write it as v1 by h plus v2 by h. So now from this formula what do we get? t1 equal to h by v1. Now we want, what is v1 by h? Just it is nothing but 1 by t1. This is nothing but 1 by t1. Because all the answers are given in t1, t2, we have to bring in terms of t1, t2 this expression. v1 and h we have to bring it in terms of t1, t2. So from this step what we can get? This is h by v1 is t1, means v1 by h is nothing but just the reciprocal. So 1 by t1. And this will be 1 by t2. So that now when we take the LCM t1, t2, This will become T2 plus T1 in the numerator. 1 by T is equal to, either we can write T2 plus T1 or T1 plus T2. So T1 plus T2 divided by T1 T2. Now we want T, so reciprocate. So that T1 T2 divided by T1 plus T2. So the option C is correct. Thank you for watching Jupiter Academy channel. If you like it, you subscribe.